What's good, y'all? YouTube. How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? We got ourselves fat influencers are dying. First impressions, this whole like fat activist movement, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think it's just toxic. I'm not gonna lie, bro. In my opinion, if being underweight and or anorexic is a physical illness, then being obese and or overweight is also a physical illness. And I feel like a lot of these people who are obese, you know, pushing this idea that being fat is okay. And now it's okay if you want to. Honestly, it's okay if you overweight. I mean, cool, whatever, right? You know what I mean? But you shouldn't push a narrative that being fat is okay when we all know that it's not. Being skinny is not okay. You can get health problems from being, you know, skinny. You can get health problems from being fat as well. You can get diabetes, all these fucking diseases, lose a limb. You know, people literally die from obesity. It's a fucking illness, right? But I mean, how do y'all think, man? You know what I'm saying? How y'all think? You know, go down in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this video, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
The leading cause of death in the USA, but that didn't seem to worry these influencers.
Damn, worse than cigarettes? Hold on, rewind.
It is the leading cause of death in the USA, but that didn't seem to worry these influencers too much, as they made money eating vast quantities of junk food.
Yeah, this is insane, bruh. I mean, Nikata Avocado had to lose weight. That should tell you something.
Opened salons to cater to morbidly obese clients, and even dedicated their lives to proving that you can be healthy at every size.
That is so fucking cat. Nah, if you a fat ass nigga, bruh, you need to hit that treadmill, because you gonna get some health issues later on in life. That's what happens when you're obese. You're gonna get all these health issues. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna end up fucking in a wheelchair. They're gonna cut off their arm, your hand, one of your fucking feet, right? You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna lose 20 pounds because, you know, I mean, if you cut off your foot as an obese person, you probably lost 20 pounds as is. But you know what I'm saying? Let me chill. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me stop ringing the bell.
Unfortunately though, all of these influencers met the same fate, and we will start with the youngest influencer on our list, who made
actually sad though,
creating his mukbang content until it cost.
Bro, there's people who do mukbangs. I forgot. There's this one YouTuber. He's the guy that he ate like a bunch of hot Cheetos in like one sitting. He's super in shape, but he does these like crazy mukbangs and gets hella views. So I feel like this point right here is fucking bullshit. That whole no, bro, no.
Him the ultimate price.
I don't have a problem with fat people.
Was a
chill.
Positive mukbanger who made his living by eating vast quantities of food online. Despite his aged appearance, obviously due to his massive weight, he was just 24 years old at the time of these images. His TikTok page had amassed over 188,000 followers, with his content consisting of simply recording himself eating meals. Efechan was from Turkey, which has a bit of a reputation for being one of the most obese countries in the world.
Oh, I thought it was the US. Oh, it's one of. Oh, we're still fucking cooked. Oh damn. My bad, I'm sorry.
61% of the population are overweight, with 32% of those being obese. A big factor of this is the food that is traditional in Turkey, with the biggest culprit being the traditional doner kebab, which is meat stacked on top of each other and sliced in rotisserie style. These kebabs are just covered in oil, which stacks up the calories and makes it incredibly easy to gain weight, which is something that Efechan had no trouble doing. He didn't seem to mind gaining so
I hate him so much.
much weight though, as it was allowing him to live a lifestyle of eating out at high-end restaurants and earning a living without needing a traditional job. This wouldn't last forever though, as his awful eating habit would soon catch up with him, with disastrous consequences. In December 2024, he was hospitalized due to his weight and the related issues that followed along, but was sent home and was allowed to continue getting his healthcare there. On the 31st of January, Efechan uploaded a video of himself getting some sort of treatment and physio.
Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, I hope y'all really do not believe that being obese isn't okay, bro. It is not okay to be obese. Being a little overweight, okay, that's cool, but like, when you're obese, bro, like, being obese is a disease, isn't it? Like, isn't that considered a disease?
Continuing treatment at full throttle, but as it turns out, this treatment he was receiving wouldn't help too much. In his last TikToks, he was shown just lying in bed as his massive size meant he wasn't able to get up, suffering breathing problems and mobility issues.
Yep.
And just 3 months on from his initial hospitalization on the 7th of March, Effichan lost his life due to presumed heart failure. Now, although Effichan didn't speak too much in his videos, the next influencer to lose their life was massively outspoken about her views.
Bruh, this is insane. I'm sorry, bro.
Too much in his videos. The
I'm
next
sorry,
influencer.
Bro. This is insane, bro. Just show him, bro. Don't do this. Don't show the nigga silhouette, bro. Bro, this looks so bad, bro. Hold on. Hit that bitch.
To lose their life was massively outspoken about her views on fat acceptance, even running a podcast to talk about health at every size. Dr. Kat Pause was an American academic and a self-proclaimed fat activist, having degrees in philosophy and sociology, with her dissertation exploring the stigma society holds against fat people.
But I don't have a problem with people who are fat. Like, I generally don't care, right? You know what I mean? But let's be real. Let's be honest with ourselves, though. Like, the reason why fat people get looked differently, people who especially are obese, right? Like, the reason why they get looked upon, you know, differently is because as humans, you know, I mean, you guys hear stories of people who are obese and then they lost like 200 pounds, and then after they lost 200 pounds, everybody treated them as if like way better than they were when they were fat. Like, and bro, I feel like, I mean, and you know, the crazy thing is that they're still the same person as they were when they were fat. I mean, there's some level of like human nature aspect to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's an illness, gang. Like, you being obese is an illness, bro.
Well, yes, there's no.
And I'm hoping and praying that those who are obese can lose weight, get in shape, you know, and not even just lose weight, just live a healthier lifestyle. Cause, you know, there's people who do these fucking mukbangs and, bro, they do these fucking mukbangs and they look, you know, they're in shape, you know what I mean? But, you know,
denying that society does have a stigma against people who are obese, Kat took her beliefs a step further and argued that you can be healthy at every size, including morbidly obese, being a big name in the health at every size movement. Kat found ways to monetize her fatness too, which is her own words, not mine, with one of them being launching the Friends of Marilyn podcast, and she actually ended up traveling the world interviewing other obese people for her show. The key point of her studies and her shows was that fat people aren't being given the same rights as average weight people, claiming that people are rejected housing and even fired from their jobs for being too large.
Okay, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Getting denied from a house is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But like a job, I mean, it depends on the job, bro. Like, you know, maybe you can't keep up with the job, so they fired you. So instead of blaming your fucking job, maybe you should look at yourselves. Right? Bro, you know what I mean? I don't know.
She actually wrote a study titled I Don't Care About Health, where she claims that she's always had a sneaking suspicion that despite being morbidly obese, there was actually nothing wrong with her body health-wise. In the same document, she wanted to convince people that being fat doesn't actually make you unhealthy, but provides zero supporting evidence for this. However, we would soon have some very strong evidence that went against this claim. Like I said in the introduction, obesity is the biggest cause of death in the USA.
That's
the
insane.
numbers on it are actually staggering.
Worse than fucking cigarettes, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Too. With almost 3/4 of the American population being obese, over 70 million adults are classed as it.
That's cap. It's not over 3/4, bro. Over 3/4 of Americans are obese? That's fucking cap. That's a damn lie. That is not true.
Honestly, these numbers should be a wake-up call to change your habits. And I do have a completely free newsletter that I send out every Friday. AlternateXPlus goal of teaching up or just visit Fatly did not change her eating habits and carried on her crusade against society for their abuse and discrimination of fat people. This was all up until 2020.
But the problem with that is that you could easily just, you know, do things that could help you lose weight instead of just complaining about how society doesn't accept you because you aren't willing to, you know, have healthier habits. You know what I mean? You know, there's nothing wrong if you want to be fat. I mean, that's cool, but like using it as an excuse is insane to me.
When at the age of just
You know what I
42
mean?
years old and
I don't
living
know.
in New Zealand, she passed away in her sleep. She was working
Damn.
as a fat studies academic at a university in New Zealand at the time, and no cause of death was officially given. This would be the same as the next influencer to tragically lose their
That's actually sad. Like, you know, I feel bad, bro, because I mean, shit, bro. R.I.P., bro.
life. However, his content was less
R.I.P.
academic and more about food. Waffler69 or Taylor Lejeune was a 33-year-old food TikToker who posted videos of him eating huge and strange meals, accompanied by his excitable personality. Considering he amassed over 1.9 million followers and each of his videos gained millions of views, it's safe to say he was making more than enough money to support his eating habit, and he needed it. If you take a scroll down his TikTok page, you can see that he must have been spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month on huge meals and strange food items.
Crazy.
Today we're trying cookie liquor. I've got 3 McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. Which one's the best?
Nah, this is insane, bruh. Nah, that's insane. Damn.
I've got Lay's Waves Funyun onion flavored rings. I've got 3 new pickled snacks. Let's see what they are. Loaded baked potato pickles, spicy garlic, and hot peppers. I got Silverboy pizza from the new season of Stranger Things. Let's see, what is this frozen?
My goodness, damn, bruh. And he seems like a cool guy, though. Like, I'm not even trying to make fun or be funny. No, like, he seems like a cool guy, bro. It's so sad that these people, like, succumb to this kind of shit, though. It's sad, bro. I guess you could, you know, there is a saying. I mean, I guess you could be addicted to anything, bro.
Pizza like.
Although his meals aren't as extreme as Effichan's, and he didn't share his fat positivity views like Kat did, that doesn't mean his health was any better. And you can see that Taylor was massively overweight, and his diet seemed to be the main reason for that. In a video uploaded on the 3rd of February, he actually shared the screen with his brother, and commenters loved him, even calling them an iconic duo. However, the next time we would see Taylor's brother would be under very different and heartbreaking circumstances.
Hey guys, if anyone's being shared this video from another, or if you just don't know, I'm related to Waffler69, or my brother Taylor. He has passed away around 10 p.m. on January 11th, 2023, from a presumed heart attack. He was rushed to the hospital, and I want to say like an hour and a half later, he passed away.
The most shocking part is that Taylor's brother revealed that their father and grandfather died from heart failure, and Taylor died of a suspected heart attack. For the most part, Taylor was pretty uncontroversial and didn't make a big fuss about his weight or talk about it much, which is the exact opposite to Brittany Sauer.
Yeah, he just seems like a cool guy. I mean, I think just him having bad genetics, you know, because I mean that kind of, I mean, you can get, you know, diseases from genetics from your other parents, you know, and stuff like that. You know, that might have heightened his chances of him having that heart attack too, and then him being obese on top of that. Yeah.
Entire personality was based around her weight. Brittany Sauer was
damn.
another professional TikToker who was 28 years old and lived in Springfield, Tennessee. Her hobbies included mainly gaming, but her biggest hobby was creating videos on TikTok, eating and showing off her body and supposed weight loss journey. Her TikTok
Bro, wow, what? Weight loss, bro. Weight loss, what you
account was
mean?
called Sick and Tired of Waiting, and she boasted a following of almost 500,000. But the main interesting part was her account description, which read regaining my mobility and life, BED recovery, and type 2 diabetes. Now, although she did like to make jokes about being fat, it's the second part of her bio that we should focus on, as she said herself that she was in recovery for a binge eating addiction, and genuinely did seem like she was trying to make steps to change, even sharing her weight loss journey very openly.
Oh my god, I am 21.6 pounds down now.
Oh. I thought she said I'm 21 years old.
That brings me to 433.6 down from 455.2. And I'm so excited.
I will say that the rate that she lost weight, however, was incredibly slow, as she lost those 20 pounds that she talked about over around 150 days.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she was having a hard time moving around, but I mean, shit, bro.
So it was clear that despite her efforts to eat in a calorie deficit and exercise, it objectively wasn't working. It seems like Brittany herself knew this too, as at the end of 2022, she posted this TikTok, seeming to finally open her eyes as to just how serious her situation was becoming.
I ruined my life with food, binge eating, and lack of self-care. And I'm hoping that it's not too late for me this time. You know, I ain't been to the store in 2 years, maybe more now, I guess. I went to the post office once and that was hard. I went to urgent care and I thought my legs were gonna give out from under me because I had to stand there the entire time after walking in. You know, I kept just looking back at the chair and just praying that I could just make it another second.
At the start of the TikTok, Brittany praised
At least she was trying. Hey, clap it up, man. Hey, clap it up. We like that, man.
that it hasn't become
Hey, stop clapping. Stop clapping.
too late to change, but unfortunately that would be the case. On the 2nd of January 2023, just 6 days after the previous TikTok, Brittany unfortunately passed away in her sleep, with many people pointing to a heart attack as the cause of death at the age of just 28. While Brittany was making an effort to change her life, the next influencer to lose her life was in the complete opposite frame of mind.
Society makes you hate yourself if you don't look a certain way. And I am damn determined to change that.
Look. We don't, bro, we don't discriminate people because they're fat. Bro, we all know that being obese is an illness, bro. And that's why we don't push being obese, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Bro, these type of people, I feel like just do this kind of shit for views and money, bro. I swear on my life, bro.
Jamie Lopez was a 37-year-old reality TV
37! Damn! What?
who starred in the show Supersize Salon, which, as you can probably guess, featured sassy women who were all morbidly obese. Jamie actually owned the salon behind the show too, named Baby Doll Beauty, and despite being the owner, she was pretty much completely immobile, having to greet clients while sat in her chair.
Our new location today is
Bro, go back. Hold on.
While
Where's the chair at, gang? Where's the chair at? Where's the chair at? Where's the chair? Oh my goodness. Bro, that's not healthy, bro. It's not, like, I don't care that you're fat. It's just not healthy. Like, you could, you know what I'm saying?
having to greet clients while sat in her chair.
our new location. Today is the opening. It's a few hours away. There's still things that need to be done. I'm really excited about it, and it's gonna be an epic event.
Jamie also shared her reasons behind launching the salon too, and they're probably what you expect.
All of our chairs are fully equipped to hold up to 800 pounds. You know,
That's crazy, bro. Like, what? This has to be miserable, though. Like, 800, bro. You have to have chairs that have to support 800 pounds, bro. Really?
it's just it's an experience. You know, we wanted to create an environment.
It's an Hello? What do you mean it's an experience? I don't know if y'all heard me. I don't know why. Sometimes my audio mixer just cuts out. I think it's because I hit it on accident, but you know what I'm saying? What you mean it's an experience, bro?
Where big women can come and feel like we treat it like royalty instead of go through discrimination like we do when we go to like regular salons that can't accommodate us. So yeah.
Bro, that shit's ridiculous, bro. Y'all have done nothing to lose weight. You haven't done anything. It's like, bro, like, why, bro? Y'all know that being overweight is an illness, gang. Like, you know, I'm not saying if I see that you're fat, like, yeah. Like, bro, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's just not good for your health, bro. Like, you could die from this shit. Like,
and you use the word discrimination. Let's talk about that feeling. You said
discrimination is crazy.
Feeling very uncomfortable or feeling, is it ostracized because of your size at
Absolutely.
times? Feeling very
Look at her.
uncomfortable.
You hear her breathing? I'm not trying to be funny. Look, listen to her breathe. Hold on. Listen to her breathe.
Talk about that feeling. You said you have experienced feeling very uncomfortable or feeling, is it ostracized because of your size at times?
Absolutely. I mean, regular salons that I go to before I opened my business, it was like to the point where I stopped going because I felt so uncomfortable.
I felt uncomfortable. Why don't you lose some weight so that you can feel more comfortable? But then these are the same people that push this fat acceptance bullshit. I just feel like these type of people they try to make excuses for themselves, bro. I swear they do.
And they couldn't. Some of the salons had to turn me down because they didn't have a chair for me.
Right.
So I wanted.
That's
I
insane.
wasn't the only big girl that went through this. So I wanted to create an environment where everybody can come and get pampered and gorgeous and waxed and everything.
Outside of launching a plus-size salon, she actually launched a plus-size nightclub too, which was marketed towards the morbidly obese, seemingly as a way to normalize it. The comments on this video announcing the nightclub were pretty disturbing too, with people actually not just supporting the idea of the nightclub, but promoting obesity itself, including those who fetishized it.
The bigger the better. Do y'all see this nigga, bro? The bigger the better. I wonder what the replies are. Bro, show me the replies on this. Show me the fucking replies, bro. I can already imagine.
I love plus size women, the bigger the better. And obviously these are the types of comments that Jamie was looking to attract, which unfortunately just further entrenches the idea that there's nothing wrong with their weight, because other people seem to like it. Unfortunately, as we all know, this is completely false, and in all honesty, dangerous. As we've seen with the majority of people in this video, almost all of them have died due to some sort of heart complication, such as heart failure or a heart attack.
She was having, you could literally hear her breathing, bro.
Obesity significantly increases your risk of a heart attack by around 28%, and for every 5-point increase in BMI, it raises your risk of heart failure by a massive percent. At her largest,
that's actually insane. 28% might not sound like a lot, but it is.
Jamie Lopez was a staggering 840 pounds.
Nah. I feel bad for the chair. 800 pounds couldn't even hold you? Are you serious, bro? What? You're what? Like, I mean, yes, there are medical conditions that you can gain weight quickly. It's hard for some people to lose weight and shit, you know, because of their genetics. I understand that shit. Yes, but that's not a fucking excuse to go and lose weight. There are plenty of people around this country, America, that have lost 200, 300 pounds because they didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, they knew it was bad for them. Like, but these type of people are the same type of people that lie to themselves, bro. They lie to themselves, bro. I swear they do.
The average height of around 5'4".
5'4"?
That puts her BMI at 144, putting her at huge risk of heart failure, which is unfortunately exactly what happened. In December 2022, she was rushed to a Las Vegas hospital with heart complications, and at the age of just 37 years old, succumbed to her obesity. It's honestly terrifying to think that some of these influencers were proponents of the healthy at every size movement, which is objectively incorrect and just downright dangerous. And if you want to see more...
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing, right? Like, being obese is obviously not good, and people who are pushing it are obviously people who are obese, right? Like, come on now. People who are overweight or obese are pushing this fat acceptance shit, and I think it's all bullshit, bro. If being underweight is unhealthy, then being overweight is unhealthy too. Like, you guys gotta, like, that don't make sense. How do you come to the conclusion that you being obese is okay? You know, I don't care if you're obese, but, you know, like, it just reaches a limit to, like, where, you know, like, it's like you're accepting. Like, that's literally what it is. Fat acceptance. I'm accepting that I'm fat, and I'm not going to do anything about it. That's literally what it is. But, look, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? And I hope that anybody who's watching this, maybe you are obese or overweight, you know, you can lose weight. It is definitely possible. Have I been obese or overweight? No. I mean, I work out. I have a good diet, right? I mean, I guess, right? But, I mean, the shit that I'm doing, y'all could do too. There's people who, you know, who are extremely overweight that lost weight. You know what I mean? They wanted to make a change. They were tired of being overweight. And so what did? They did something about it. Not say, it's okay to be fat, guys. And then they end up with a heart attack. And, you know, and I feel bad for these people because, you know, especially that one girl that was actually trying, but, you know, unfortunately, you know, it caught up to her. And so, I mean, look, y'all, I hope y'all have a good breakfast, a good dinner, a good lunch. I hope y'all learn something from this. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Peace.